All right, guys, let's get airborne with our full throttle training session. I'm going to change up the flight schedule as the commanding officer can do whenever he or she wants. Man, I don't even know where to start. I guess, like Chesty Puller said at the Battle of the Frozen Chosen, right? One of the most decorated Marines in history. Sir, we're surrounded by the Chinese. He said, "Good. That solves the problem of finding the son of a bitches so we can kill them." Okay, some administrative items and a little bit of come to Jesus moment. Because I guess, and again, we've shut off monthlies. We've shut just about everything down except tomorrow. I'm going to let in a couple maybe full throttle max folks because to be honest with you, I'm sick and tired. I should show you my Facebook Messenger. Literally, people from grade school like, "Hey, that's the kids look great. Can you help me with my 401k?" And it sucks to it, to be honest with you, it's a little rude, but I think they know I'm a good dude. Anyway, lifetime memberships, 1 day left. At the closing bell tomorrow, they go up to 17.5, period. And I'm thinking about going up to 20. And I'm not shitting around, just based on some comms I had to deal with today. Let me talk through, so the afterburner trading, folks. And this is a lesson learned for me. I need to, I thought with you guys I can freebase, if not freebase. God, I hope I don't freebase with you. I mean, like free think or whatever. So I was like floating this idea of this afterburner trading on Monday, and I said, well, it might be this price if we do it here. Lifetime people will get it and all sorts of stuff. And that was a float, folks. That wasn't like a formal announcement or rollout. People contacted me. I'm like, I'm thinking through it, man. I might have more details today. I'll get to the formal announcement. And when I get to the formal announcement, this one guy today is like, I thought you said it was this, and I now want a refund and send me stuff back. I'm like, fantastic. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you something. So Katrina, Doc Moore, he's out in Utah, Lisa, Peter, Seth, and Tavo. You see these people? Here's this will be comical to you. At what time did I send that out, Tavo? If you have your phone up, ladies and gentlemen, at 3 whatever it was. What did I say, Tavo, Doc, Lisa, Katrina? I said go buy the S&P March 16 2350 puts with both hands right now. At the freaking closing bell, they were up $18,000 with one text to this group today on the first day of this, fucking $18,000. And people are going to bitch. Enough with the bitching, folks. I'm thinking about refunding that dude and just getting him out of TGO. Are you shitting me? And let me get back to the slides here. I'm serious. People take advantage of my freaking good nature. There's Seth, there's Tavo. God almighty, Seth's doing the Lord's work with him and his family. So here's the deal with this afterburner trading. It's through a different firm, man. I have to, people that hook me up, I hook hedge fund people up. This Rolodex is worth its weight in gold, folks. So this is going to be a select thread, and I'm canceling this part. You ready for this? It's not going to be transmit only, no receive. I put the 4 people who signed up for afterburner trading in with my coaching folks. So this is actually, I'm not going to do coaching in it, but that's where I'm going to put him. So I am going to give back and forth. So I canceled the whole toner thing. I am actually going to transmit. I'm still not going to answer on my messengers, emails, and stuff if you're not in afterburner trading or commanding officers club, folks. This $790, it was $49.95 on Monday when I spitballed. I shouldn't have done that. Now it's $79.95. I'm telling you right now, and this is for only 6 months, this price is most likely going to quadruple. And I'm not shitting you. I got mentors who are like, dude, I would be charging $100,000 for that service. And I trust these people. I just showed you with one trade and one text how we made 18, you could have made 18 grand. Do not bitch to me again about price with this stuff, or I will refund you and throw you out. I'm sick of it. Sick of dealing with people, man. I'm doing my best to help people, and I got to deal with shit like that. So thanks, Seth. I appreciate it. I added 2 people on here. The one guy's like, I did the wire, whoever, names doesn't matter. He's like, dude, I did the wire. It's 3 days from now. It'll hit. I'm like, I'm still putting you on there. But if you're going to be a wanker and wank to me about price, don't email Susie and leave. Leave Top Gun Options. I don't want it anymore. I'm sick of dealing with people like that. They drive me nuts. Right there, men lie, numbers don't. What time was that? 3:08 p.m. I took a picture of my trading platform and I said, guys, gonna do this. Boom. If that exact trade was done. So there is a very select group of folks right there, man, that are happy. At least freaking some people are happy with me. We're bombing. We're bombing right now. We are bombing in Iraq. I don't know if we're striking Iran. Talk about the freaking end of days, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Dutch. I try and it's very frustrating to me. This guy's like, no, you said on Monday this. I'm like, I also said this shit's subject to change and go up. It's annoying. Anyway, folks, I got to move on. So let me not get to this. I have to get to this. This hits and thanks for the Disney stuff, folks. I appreciate the kind text and everything stuff, but this is kind of a duh moment. We knew this was going to happen. I can't believe that they didn't shut down New York or Florida at the same price. So, this was going to happen. What's Disney down to after hours? It was like $90. Told you today, buy Disney puts with both hands, man. What are we at? Disney. Oof, $90. Down another 2%. Close, folks. Everything closed on the lows of the day. Joe, work with Susie and support. I'm not going to talk to anybody about price again. She's better than me with shit. I told the guy, I'm like, dude, leave. I have time for your bullshit. I shouldn't have even answered this email. So Disneyland, of course, we knew that was going to happen, and we're going to print money tomorrow. The market closed on the lows of the day. One of the reasons the market closed on shoot her an email, Susie at Top Gun Options. Listen to me, folks. This is deadly serious. I got a call about 3 hours ago. You see this dude right here? Well, you know who that is because we pounded the hell out of his ETF today and made millionaires. This dude is his press secretary. That is Bolsonaro, the president of Brazil. That's his press secretary. One of my Brazilian contacts who gives me great intel that's made a lot of people rich called me in tears this afternoon. She's like, Wiz, what do I do? A mutual friend, a female, and I will never use names, was at Mar-a-Lago. She's Brazilian. She knows the press secretary. And she said they were very, very, very close this weekend. I'm like, very close? She goes, very close. She just saw on the news that he's got coronavirus. They think Bolsonaro got it. She's freaking the hell out. I'm like, what do you mean freaking the hell out? Why did you hung up the phone, right? And said, go to the fucking emergency room. She's like, no, she was crying about how they're divorced. Her ex brought over their son today and she played with him all morning. I'm like, for the love of Christ and all things holy, get off the phone with me, call her, and that's it. And she's like, she doesn't call me Wiz. She said, Matthew, I saw Gisele today, this morning, and I hugged and kissed her, and we were at Starbucks. I'm like, she's got lupus. I'm like, you hang up the phone with me right now and get to an emergency room. So as of yesterday, I told you on my Facebook page, there was a tool who was like, I got 5,000 Facebook friends and not one person has it, and nobody knows. And then 2 minutes later, breaking news, Tom Hanks has it. The one actor that everybody loves has it. Today, I personally know somebody who was with a dude physically who's got it, and then she saw our mutual friend. This shit's getting real. A little birdie told me that they already contingency planning that the president of the United States and the vice president are infected. How do you think the market's going to react to that? To Nancy Pelosi, to Donald Trump being removed under the 25th Amendment? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what literally when the closing bell sounded and that trade was up to 18 grand, and I wanted to shove it up that guy's ass who had a problem with price. I said this morning in the brief, I said the Dow, the markets are going. What was the number I said today? I said the markets we're in bear market territory. What did I say? I said the Dow and the markets have another 10 to 20% to go today. The Dow Jones Industrial, this was another career call. I literally nailed it to the percent. It wasn't down 8, 9, 7, 12, 11. It closed down 10% today. And I am going to tell you we have another at least 10% to go. This is end of days, folks. We're in a bear market for oil, which would have caused this market shit show. We're attacking Iran and Iraq positions right now because they killed 2 of our soldiers. And we have a pandemic that the president and vice president might be infected and they might close the Capitol and the White House. This isn't a movie, man. This is reality. I got a buddy in the Secret Service. He's not in protective detail, but I'm like, dude, how do you let the Brazilian delegation get off an airplane, first of all, in this country, and second of all, without testing all of them? That's the dude that's sick. That's him standing with the president and the vice president. He's got his hand on the president's back. Where's my it's just the flu people? The last thing I need to rant about is Facebook. It has shadow banned me. They, ladies and gentlemen, have shut down, you ready for this? Fake news. Rejected. Why have they rejected me advertising for my webinar tomorrow? You know why? Where's it say? It says this is coming from a website where here it is. Here's these fascist Facebook assholes. This ad can't run because it is associated with a page that has repeatedly posted content that has been disputed by third-party fact checkers promoting false content is prohibited. There is not one post on the Top Gun Options page that any, quote, fact checker has sent me a thing at, they've hidden or anything. Can you believe this? And a buddy of mine sent me a screenshot. He's like, dude, I got to give you a heads up. He got a message from somebody. Look at this. Hey, Wiz, just got this in my notifications. Absolute bullshit. I did no such thing. If you can use it against them, please do, bro. I got your 6. He got a messenger that said, you anonymously reported a Top Gun Options ad this morning. We removed the ad. Thank you for keeping Facebook clean. My buddy, he sent me a text. He's like, dude, do you get my messenger? I didn't do this. Look at what Facebook is doing, folks. They're saying Top Gun Options is promoting false content. They won't let me advertise. And they went into people's accounts and shadow reported me. Jesus Christ. So, Christine, yeah, talk to Susie. She'll figure it out. But guys, I'm literally beside myself. Rejected. I really don't care. Our email list is like over 250,000 now. I mean, you guys are doing a great job getting the word out by word of mouth, but rejected. Because Top Gun Options, in the past 2.5 months, I have sounded the clarion call for what this really is. People, Wuhan, what? You're retarded. You're awful. And now those same people are in my messenger box like, dude, I don't know how to freaking trade options, man. How do I give you money? What? Hey, man, what's next? I opened an account. What do I need to do? How do you make me money? I'm like, Okay, now I'm not even answering those people. U.S. coalition forces launched strikes targeting Iran-backed militias. Folks, this is like end of days. President might have an infectious disease that's deadly. We're attacking, Iran's killing our soldiers. Where's Barack Hussein Obama? Wasn't he like 3 weeks ago taking credit for the stock market? Whoa, kind of didn't hear from Obama anymore. So, anyway, other than that, Ms. Lincoln, yeah, absolutely, guys. I am telling you right now, if I have another couple days like I did today in the afterburner, it's going to go up from $79.95. I'll double it, triple it, and quadruple it. You pay for performance, folks. This is how Wall Street works. You guys have seen the chat box and all the screenshots. We're making millionaires, and if you're going to wank about price, you're not going to. Well, I'm not going to let you in. JC, if the president, well, did you see what he said, folks? He kind of did the whole. He waved it off yesterday. He said, what did he say? He's like, I'm not wasting a test kit. I'm fine. And the White House surgeon said, I'm fine. I'm not wasting a test kit. I already told you, folks, there's ER doctors in New York that are saying, we don't have test kits. We don't have enough. If the actual right amount of test kits, were out there, our infection rate would be through the roof. Also, there's people dying around America right now of, quote, the normal flu that I guarantee you isn't a normal flu. Holy shit, Gavin. Yo. Holy crap. Gavin might get the gold star of the small account to frickin' destruction award. In under, that's what, 3 weeks? All right, so we gotta start talking about some capital preservation, folks. So taking chips, it is nuts. That's great. I expect you to be in. So Gavin, 2K to what was that? 86K? Jesus God, man. 2K to 86K. Hey guys, do me a favor and show up anyway. I mean, I'm going to use these testimonials, but sometimes it helps if you're there live to help other people. Push them off the fence. No monthlies tomorrow. No anything. Just annual full throttle maxes. Rocco. I love that name. Rocco. La Familia. Rocco went from 15K to 52K. Small account in 3 weeks as well. Rocco, man, that ain't a small account, dude. I was an ensign in the Navy starting trading. That's good. God bless you, man. And guess what? Where's Ron? Our good old Ron LeDuc. I want to see if Ron went over $1 million today. He was at 800 the other day. Started with $1,500 here. 15K to 52K. All right. I appreciate all that stuff, guys. That helps. All right. Yeah, Dutch guys, it's Dr. Fauci is a good dude. He's level-headed. He's good. David, March 4th, 750,000 increase today. Thanks. All right, so guys, let's get to training. If you're relatively new, get back in here and watch the Bear sessions. I mean, JT. We have two JTs. We have Jeff T. and they're both Jeff T's. Jeff Tino, one of my former coaching guys, who's a Jedi Master now. Because of the coaching whiz? I'd like to say so. No, because he's a smart freaking dude. Anyway. He said, Wiz, I learned more. The guy's been here for 2-3 years, and he said he learned more in this Bear session than the other ones. There he is. There's JT. And there's another JT. Where's the other JT? He's in there. They're both smart dudes. But get in here and rewatch this stuff. Okay? So there's a JT, but it's Joe Turner, one of the Wizaholics of Montana. Over 10K in 3 weeks. Nice, John. John sent me a text. He's like, dude, you've created a pandemic in Montana. And they got Wizaholics up there. We're going to, if we all don't die from the zombie apocalypse, I'm going to fly up there. I love that country, and I want to see you guys. So with Jeff up 27.5 today. Jerry, wow, I'm totally inundated by everyone's great performance, but I've managed to neutralize the losses in my few positions, so I'm a happy girl. Good for you, Jerry. Building block approach. What we're going to cover tonight is perfect for this market. Let me start with kind of square zero here. What's square zero? I swear to God, man, my Boca Raton plastic surgeon, he was on the phone today with his buddy. I went to yoga this afternoon. What happened in the middle of the day? I went and worked out. What happened after the close? And that trade I sent out made 18 grand in 42 minutes. I went to the gym again. Less people in the gym this time, folks. And trust me, I got hand sanitizers. I got wipes. I'm like, who is it? John Travolta in Bubble Boy? But anyway, um, should I bail out now of all my positions and go to cash? Because they're all, I'm like, oh my God, man. People, I feel bad for people. But hey, man, you know, the world needs ditch diggers too. But at this point, if you don't know what's going to happen next, and I don't, I'm going to give you my opinion. I have to be honest with you, folks. Save this headline. And I didn't have prep time because I was, thank God I made it on time. I was stuck in traffic because this, I think I'm going to print out. I'm going to have bronzed and I'm going to put behind my desk. Stocks plunge even as central banks step in. Note the date and time where you saw this. I've told you from day one at Top Gun Options, and I learned day one in 2008 in the financial crisis, if the market ever gets to the point where the central banks are printing money and trying to keep them alive on hopium, and they don't, it's over. Okay. Mike, so, let me cover that real quick. Wow, 150K. 150K today. So, folks, listen to me. At this point, and if you've been around Top Gun Options for a while, you know that out of these 100, so I base the performance off $100,000 model portfolios, but at any given time, we were only deploying about 40, 50, 60. I think AR at its highest point was only deploying about 60 grand in capital. So I'm going to tell all of you right now, with all these massive success stuff, folks, I want you to start taking off the table some of these profits. I want you to start moving to cash. Whoever just said it's right. Pigs get slaughtered. You know who picks a bottom? The dude looking at the left side of a chart 2 weeks after. Like, well, that was the bottom. Well, thanks, dude. I can look at the left side of a chart too. I nailed that to the day, and I nailed that to plus or minus, I think, 2-3 days. I got to go back and watch the replays. But anyway, I'm going to stick with, we got another 10% to go, and that's me throwing a dart. I nailed the 10% today. Disney closing. The airlines are did you see Norwegian Air? They sent out a message. They got rid of, they canceled 4,000 flights and got rid of half their employees in an email. That's coming here, folks. The president potentially infected. I've never seen this. I don't know if there's a bottom. However, pigs do get slaughtered. I don't think we're going to have a snapback. It's impossible to happen. What do you think? Trump comes out tomorrow and says the word contained or vaccine. What did I say today? Write this down. I'm going to do it real quick. When's Wiz going to buy with both hands? Write these down. The word C is mentioned by somebody smart, Dr. Fauci or Dr. Scott Gottlieb. I'm going to go with Fauci. If Trump says it, I'm not going to believe it. The word contained. The second, buy with both hands, vaccine. I bought some Gilead calls. They lost a little money today. I don't give a shit. I'm going to buy more with both hands tomorrow. The third and fourth, you can kind of tie together. Travel restrictions against China or Europe lifted. Those are your buy signals. I told that to a hedge fund buddy of mine. He's like, dude, I should cut you a check for $1 million for telling me that. I'm like, the fact that you manage a $2.5 billion hedge fund and you didn't think through that, you're an idiot. Write that down. The fact that the Federal Reserve stepped in today, and it was clumsy. This looked like, when was it? I don't even remember. It was like 8 years ago, 2 Mondays ago, that the Fed injected, or no, they cut 50 bips. The market, maybe for what was it, a couple hours, rallied off the lows. And what did I tell you? I said, sell into every rip. Today, I was eating a bacon cheeseburger. I'm on the text thread, which is really expensive. I'm on the text thread. I'm like, sell into this pop. It's going to fade. The Dow was only down at one point, 700 points? I'm like, the Dow was down only 700 points. What type of market are we in where people saying it's only? And then what happened? That rally, the Fed rally with $1.5 trillion lasted about 22 minutes. I've never seen anything like that. So let me tell you something right now, folks. I think there's no bottom here. However, what's Uncle Wiz going to start doing? I'm telling you, whenever I'm forced to gamble, which Vegas is going to close, any winnings go into the left pocket. Start putting money into your left pocket to get ready for the L recovery. It ain't going to be a V. That's what I was ranting about. This is what it's going to look like, guys. We've imploded, and then we're going to rag around some sort of bottom here. No bear call spreads right now, just puts. I'd start moving. Listen to me when I say this. I'd start moving 50% of profits that you have, your left pocket. If I was playing blackjack, I never went into my left pocket. If I lost a couple of hands and I'm like, oh shit, nope, that's the profit pocket. We get up and we go watch a show. Start moving half to cash. Why? Because you guys think you're sending me great texts and emails about your performance right now. When, not if, this thing, I am going to buy everything with both hands. I'm going to mortgage the house, the wife, the kids, and everybody, and buy everything with both hands. But you have to be ready for that. Bearish trades, buying puts, all this stuff is fantastic until it's not. But I gave you the 4 commit criteria. There you go. What is the buy commit criteria at the bottom? As Uncle Wiz, you can put this on my headstone, man. I told you here and up here, the panic selling hasn't even started yet. Monday wasn't panic selling. Why? Because we had a rally. Now you're starting to see panic selling. I nailed it. I told you we haven't seen panic selling. I've been on the phone. I still feel good, but I'm freaking exhausted, man. Taking a lot of calls from people, but a buddy of mine up in Chicago, I'm like, dude, remember a couple years ago when I looked on the floor and he said, was my biggest threat? Because I'm always doing my strategic planning. I'm like, dude, this is great. You're rich. How are you going to fail? What's your biggest threat? He's like, you dick. Well, look at these kids. That's a 25-year-old kid managing $500 million portfolio. He's never seen a down market. It's really hard to, I'm like, so now I got an email from a guy at Morgan Stanley, flew F-16s. He didn't trade like his whole military career like I did. He's like, dude, we're getting destroyed. He's like, there's an options tab on my proprietary trade. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And we're panicking. He's at Morgan Stanley. So I think there will be more panic selling. I could be wrong. But looking at the political crap, Pelosi, Trump, Schumer, this, loaded with crap, know that it ain't happening anytime soon. I warned you today in the weekly debrief. I said what? The risk to our bearish trades right now is, and I said, ain't nothing getting done in Washington. The risk to any bearish trades right now is the Fed jumping in. I was stunned that they did. I'm stunned that they did, guys, because you know what they did today with that? People are like, I love when people use military terms that don't even know what the military is. This was a bazooka. A bazooka? What are we watching? Saving Private Ryan? It wasn't a bazooka, folks. That was a small thermo-yield nuclear weapon, and it did nothing. The Fed, folks, is running out of ammo. And now you're going to see panic. So I'm getting to it. I'm going through all my commit criteria and setting you up for the tactic of a bearish double vertical or a burner trade. But to be honest with you, we're not going to do these because I'm only buying puts with both hands. There's no reason to do bear call spreads in case the Fed. So did the market? I'm sorry. let me say it this way. Did the Fed not watch? Did Jerome Powell, he's, now I agree with Trump, but if I wouldn't criticize the guy in public, I'd just fire him and put in somebody I like. Did he not watch the Wall Street CEOs with the president yesterday? The president went around the table. How's everybody doing? He's like, we're fantastic. We got a ton of cash and we're ready to lend it. That's a lie. You walk in, hi, Morgan Stanley. I'm a distressed business and I lead free cash. Next, it's a lie. But anyway, he went around the table and they're all like, almost to a person, they said, this isn't a financial crisis, Mr. President, like he was an idiot. They're all like, why are we here? I'm good. You good? Yeah, I'm good. How's Jamie Dimon? He's coming out of surgery. He's fine. We're all great. This is a medical crisis. So the Fed jumping in to stabilize banks was retarded. What the market needed today was a Trump, a payroll tax cut for employees and employers, bailing out the airlines, cruise ships, all that shit. I disagree with all of it, but that's what the market is waiting for. Does that make sense? Okay. He said puts don't usually work. I love bumping into guys who like, oh, I'm a portfolio man. You know, I love going to events and just kind of, I go into stealth mode, right? I hit the little on my Batman belt, like the invisible button, and I love idiots like that because then I just swoop in out of the rafters and destroy them. That's, you guys got to be so happy you're here. And if you never knew what options were and you learned here, you are, listen to me. There's 9,500 hedge funds in this country. Every one of you in this room, even the folks that just showed up and just learned about this stuff, are doing better and could manage a portfolio better than any of those idiots. Dr. Fauci again today said what he said the day before in front of the House. Millions will be infected, and it's 10 times more lethal than the flu. So anyway, folks, oil is in a bear market. We're launching airstrikes against Iran, and we have coronavirus. And the president is most likely infected, and so is the Brazilian president. How many of you absolutely printed money on EWZ? 16% today. This thing's down. Let me close my Facebook. It's like buzzing in my ear. Morgan, hey, I'm an Air Force guy. Can you help me make money? Oh my God, man. Well, hey, you know what, guys? I mean, between now and March 31st, airlines are saying, hey, you can book, book flights and have a one-time change. Trust me. Susie turns 50 on April 27th, and we were going to go to the Amalfi Coast and do all sorts of cool shit. She's like, I ain't doing that. I'm like, let's at least book the trip and then do it when able. Anyway, here we go. So there are two. So let's take a building block approach. Okay, let's stick with EWZ. Exactly, Robert. EWZ forever. Man, we nailed this. I said implosion, dead bat bounce, implosion, dead bat bounce, implosion. We're going to bounce. There's a no. But let's start with a double vertical. You ready for this? Oh my God, there's two words together. Double vertical is simply two vertical spreads on top of each other with the same strategic mindset. Tonight, we're going to talk about, for most of this time, a bearish double vertical. Okay? I'm not even going to do bullish double vertical tonight. Why? We'll do another full throttle in April, May, or something like that. When I think this thing's, remember, I believe Dr. Scott Gottlieb. He said the next 2 weeks will change the complexion of this country, and it's going to take 2 months. I'm taking that thing to the bank. So in 2 months, we'll talk about bullish double verticals. Why? Because that's probably when we're going to use that tactic. It's just the upside down. Wow, Australia opened down down 6%. Oh man, yeah, they just, what time is it? Yep. It's going to be interesting to see how the Asian markets open. Bob, over 2,000% on the EWZ. God bless you, man. So here's what we're going to do. Wiz, I think the EWZ is going to go down. You're right. If Bolsonaro's infected, holy shit, who's their vice president, speaker of the House? How's it work in Brazil? I don't know, man. The other reason, here's my commit criteria. The president might be infected of Brazil, and oil is in a bear market. What WTI close at? 31 bucks ish. I keep hearing that, the idiots on CNBC who clearly, let me just commentate. Well, Saudi Arabia and Russia are going to have to sit down and, they'll figure this out eventually. Really? When you're in a stupid standoff, folks, sometimes those last a while. You think Vladimir Putin's worried about civil unrest? Or Mohammed bin Salman, who kills dudes and chops their bodies up and puts them in acid? Neither one of those guys is blinking anytime soon. So, if you think EWZ, I just gave you my commit criteria, is going to go down, you ready for the $1 million question for tonight? What do you also believe? It ain't going to go up. Now, I'll let you sit there for 0.03 seconds and process that. If you think the EWZ is going to go down, you also think it's not going to go up. Yes, I got that. Then you understand the two tactics I'm going to brief you on. The first one will be a double vertical. Let's say I know EWZ is going to go down, but I don't think it's going to implode. I think it's got a little bit more to go, whatever that means. Actually, let's just take a look at the chart. Oh my God, look at this. We're 24 on the EWZ. I don't remember. Yeah. Holy shit, man. This was around the Olympics. So it's got it to the teens to run. Right now, folks, the market, these type of positions are a kid who doesn't know how to swim standing in the deep end, putting their foot down, trying to find where the bottom is and they're choking. Holy crap. All right, anyway, I have no idea where the bottom is. So what could we do? Well, the other night, if you didn't think something was going to go up, you could do what is called a bear call spread. We can be bearish on the EWZ, use calls, and it'll be a spread. What strike would you do, Wiz? Well, it's up a little after hours. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, it's up 17 cents. Yawn. We could do an at the money bear call spread. Let's just go out to Friday. If Bolsonaro has it, the tests come back. Well, tomorrow's Friday. We'll go out to next Friday. If the tests come back, the dude's like got it, then he's got it. As of, what are we missing? All right. Again, I haven't talked to you in 20 years, and please help. Whew. I'm going to first come, first served. Let's go out to next Friday. So that's how I'm picking my strike. My strike selection in this type of trade is based on what? My commit criteria. My commit criteria is the dude's, if he's infected, they're going to know sooner rather than later. And holy crap, look out below. And oh, by the way, Russia, Putin in an oil war screws Vale, Petrobras, and the other 10 top ETF oil holdings in EWZ. And the Bovespa is going to implode. So we could go out to next Friday, which would be the 20th, which would be these March 20 calls. If you're aggressive, you would do an at the money bear call spread. You would sell the 25 calls, which is me saying, hey, EWZ, yeah, what's up, Wiz? I don't think you're going to be above 25 by next Friday. Okay, man. Well, but you know what? If I'm wrong and he's not infected and he cures coronavirus and you have a rip your face off rally, I'm going to buy some upside calls as a hedge. Bear call spread. Let's just throw 150 contracts in here as a placeholder and go look at our metrics. This is, well, we could probably do 200. So I'll go, well, I do 400 because I'm doubling up in this market. This is close to our normal SOP of not wanting to risk more than $5,000. We'll talk normal normal talk. So this trade risks 5,200 to make 4,800. Okay. Well, you know what, Wiz? Hell, it's only 9 cents away from $25. I want to give myself a little bit of altitude here, man. Go up to the 25 and a half, 26 strike. I mean, my God, folks, these options prices are so inflated. We could probably go. We could go up nearly. Yeah, we could go up to the uh, 26 strike even. This would be middle of the road. Selling 200 of next Friday's 25 and a half calls. Yeah, exactly, Tamara. You know what's interesting? The last time we did this, it was breaking news. Trump's getting us into World War III. There's going to be a nuclear strike. Oh my God, Trump, impeach him. Not a word. Fox is talking about coronavirus. We have men and women in harm's way right now protecting us. Nobody gives a shit. I do. Selling 200 of the March 20, 25 and a half calls, and as a hedge, buying those upside ones. This is a bear call spread, folks. Normal bear call spread math. How do we make money in a bear call spread? 3 ways. There's the dotted line. This is after market close, but that's the price at close of EWZ. We make money 3 out of 4 ways on a bear call spread. EWZ goes down. EWZ hangs out where it is. EWZ can even go up a little bit as long as it stays below our break even. The only way we lose money in this bear call spread is if it goes up through our break even. Could it? Yeah. Will it? There's a 62% probability using at the money volatility that it doesn't go above our break even. That's a pretty high probability trade. Okay. So when would I do a bear call spread like this? When I'm bearish. Okay. When I'm bearish on something, I would do a bear call spread. Now, what if I'm really, really bearish? Well, what did we learn the other night? If you think something, we just did the whole, you don't think something's going to go up. Well, now, Wiz, I think it's going to go down. We could do a debit spread too. Here's what's funny is I think this thing's going down. I'm going to sell a bear call spread. I'm like, well, if you think it's going down and you're doing a bear call spread, why aren't you doing the bear put spread too, genius? Well, we're going to show you on the order ticket in a second. You need to be, we call it the 3 R's, right? Like really, really, really bearish on something because this is a big directional trade. If it goes against you, it's going to hurt. If it goes with you, you're going to print money. So what we could do, and what type of spread is a credit? A bear call spread? I just answered it. It's a credit spread. So we're taking in $5,400. Why don't we turn around and buy with this $5,400 or some of it, the bear put spread? Which one would you do, Wiz? Well, man, I just showed you the chart to 4 years ago. It's down to 17, but let's do something realistic. Let's click add option, and make it puts. So with a put, Wiz, thank you for putting down the ladder. See, that's nice. Let's buy, sell. What do we do with a put spread? We buy a higher striked put, maybe I think this thing's going down. Maybe we buy like the 24s and sell the 23 and a half. So there's no 23 and a half. There's no half strikes down here. Let's do the 25, 24 and a half just to keep the strikes uniform. 25, 24 and a half. There you go. Make sure I have 200 contracts. When was that? A couple hours ago, a little birdie told me that. I told you earlier, folks, that the president closed west and he closed east. He hadn't closed north and he hasn't closed south. Where's all the open borders Democrats yelling at the coronavirus response? You literally don't want like a fence down there to keep people out? Anyway, so look at this. If I buy 200 of the 25, wait, no, that's wrong. We got to go down. Let's do 23, 22. I'm going to go dollar wide strikes, 23 and do the 22s. Let's do the 25, 26. I got to keep these uniform. So check out what just happened. Okay. and we'll reduce our contracts here in a second. The amount we receive, the credit that I bring in is only 20. It went down to $2,800, but look at the potential profit. It went from what? For whatever it was. I forget what the profit was. Whatever it is, it's exponential now. Now, obviously, 17 grand in risk is a little much. I don't know, maybe 100 of these, 75. Let me just go through you guys can sit here and play with the math and do whatever you want. I just want to go through the basics of the trade. Let's sit here at 150. Let me click on analyze. Okay, so, but first thing, look at the picture, guys. What is this? A double vertical is simply a bear call spread and a bear put spread. It's two spreads that have the same strategic mindset. In this case, bearish. We want EWZ to implode. That's why I said you need to be really, really, really bearish, because if this thing goes the other way, there's your potential loss. Let me go down to like 75 contracts and just take a look at like realistic math. Or not, well, I mean, I'd risk 10 on this. I'm doubling. Whenever I use the terms, pound this thing either up or into the dirt, I'm at double here. So this one risks 10 to make potentially 14. But look at this. Well, Wiz, look at the probabilities. They ain't super high. Guess why? Because the max potential profit and the max potential loss are based on what? It either imploding all the way through your long put or exploding through the long call. Short call. So, wow, those are shitty. Well, no, take a look at the break even. Oh, that makes me feel better. Yeah. There's a distinct possibility that you're going to make something on this trade, but the up here, the max potential profit and loss shows you that. Oh, you know what? Let me do that. Yeah, folks. I know people trade with all sorts of platforms. I like E-Trade. I teach off it. eTrade.com/TopGun is where you can open an account with us or them. But okay. Christine, what makes this more attractive than straight put buying? Nothing. So let me move on to the next tactic, because this is called a burner trade, folks. So, Wiz, I think EWZ is going to go down. Great. I mean, really, really, really go down. Add 4 Rs. Make this really. I would sell a bear call spread like I just did, and wouldn't put a bottom in the puts. I just buy puts. Okay, we've done a couple of these burner trades recently. Okay, here's what we do. In this case, I would do what I just did. I don't know why I closed it. I should have just deselected some off the ticket. I would sell a bear call spread and bring in a credit. And you know what I would do? I'd turn around and buy the downside puts with it. You know which ones I'd buy? They're not even on the screen. Let me add them. I would buy those. What was it? What was the bottom out at? 17. Holy shit, the strikes only go down to 15. So look at that, folks. I'd probably do maybe 50 of these. Let me see the risk. Well, let's go down to like 150, 150. Yep, that's a little bit more realistic. I love this trade right here. You ready for this? So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what is called an afterburner trade. Why? Because it's going straight into the dirt full speed. This, you need to be absolutely 1,000% convinced something is either going to do that or something is either going to do that. We're not talking bullish double verticals tonight. There's absolutely nothing to do with bullish double vertical on, period. Not even like Gilead or the TLT. I would just be buying calls. Yeah, this asshole, Rudy Goobert, joking about he's a Utah Jazz player that was infected. Very careless. I make no excuse. I hope my story serves as a warning and causes everybody to take this seriously. Yeah, not everybody's an ass like you, Rudy. What a jerk. What an absolute jerk. Typical NBA. I can't stand the only professional sports I tolerate is hockey because they're good kids. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Selling 150 of these 25 calls, buying the 25 and a half, that's the bear call spread. That's your roof. That puts a roof on top of this saying, I don't think this thing's going above 25, 25 and a half by next Friday. You get paid. That's a credit spread. Remember, when you sell a credit spread, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So I'm going to take that cha-ching and I'm going to turn around and buy downside puts. Okay? So buying, and I just ratioed these out here, folks. Let me get rid of the puts. This is, 150 contracts would be kind of my normal. No, I did 200 before. So here's why I'm changing contracts. Follow me, please. This would be my normal bear call spread in a normal market. I would sell 200. Why? Because my old SOP, you ready for this? My peacetime SOP is not risking more than $5,000. My wartime SOP is throttle to the wall. So this risks 52 to make 4,800 bucks. Okay. We bring in a credit, look down here, of 4,800 bucks. But Wiz, no, man, I want to pound this thing into the dirt. Bolsonaro's infected, blah, 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 blah. Then go buy take this money that you're taking in, 4,800 bucks, and go buy some downside puts. Which ones did I pick? I picked the 17s because that's where the thing bottomed out last time. Okay. But no, this is why I started playing with the contracts. Let's analyze it. Why, risking 50 or 57 to make 21 grand? No, well, I actually want to buy more puts. I want to load the boat with these puts, like 50 of them. Well, that increases our risk a little bit there, Wiz, up to 7,800 bucks. All right, well, let's go down in the bear contract category. You can kind of call this a ratio. I'm not going to confuse you. Ratio spread. Now this risk, this is why I ended up down at 150, 150, 150, and 50. Perfect. Right around 6,500 bucks to potentially make 86. Okay. So check this out, guys. I'm still bringing in a credit. Wiz, hold on, man. Let me get this straight. I'm still getting paid $1,000 to do this type of trade. Yeah, it's still a credit spread, man. You're still getting paid. Isn't that awesome? So, what's that? 17, folks. No. Look at this. Do you think I'd ever see this headline? Brazilian president aide tests positive for deadly pandemic after posing with a picture of the president and the vice president at Mar-a-Lago. Can the EWZ go to 17 by next Friday? Yes. It can go below 17. What did JetBlue end up doing today, man? Folks, stocks can go to zero. We've all been through this rodeo, right? Holy shit, 11 bucks. How many of you printed money today in your JetBlue puts? Down 15%. There's your Fed rally. The only reason the airline stocks are hanging out right now, folks, is, pun intended, they're in a holding pattern right now, waiting on who? Uncle Sammy to rain money down on them. They should fail. That's going to be painful for people. Hey, man, I got furloughed. Doesn't mean I want other people furloughed. The point being is businesses need to be able to fail. Skipped my mafia dinner last night because I don't want to catch coronavirus. And come on, man, it's our buddy. He's a restaurant. He's going to go out of business. I'm like, so I want to go hang out with 80-year-old snowbirds hacking up their steak and bring it home to my wife and kids? The answer is no. Zero probability. Guys, let me explain something to you right now. Some of this, well, first of all, the probability for max profit is at zero. Why? It's not at zero, folks. I guarantee you, if you looked at the math of this thing, in the old days, I'd know the math. There's probably 17 decimal places with or 17 zeros and a 1. There is a probability that the EWZ could go to 0, but they're telling you it's not very likely, right? Does that make sense? It can go to 0, but that would mean every stock, and Brazil got hit by a nuke. Sure, you can make 86 grand if it goes to 0. So you can play around, move your mouse up and down this chart in here. And that's why I like E-Trade and say, what's realistic if it did fall to 17? Oops, hold on. You can, stop. You can fly around here. Well, that's theoretical profit and loss. If it is at this and that and Bob, you can do all sorts of stuff. So yeah, but look at this probability still. That's pretty high, man. There's a 57% probability of at least making something in that trade. I love burner trades. These things are awesome. You know when these things were awesome? Around here, around there, and I'm not just looking at the left side of the chart. These do them. We call Tamara the double vertical queen. 2-3 years ago, what was it, Tamara, with Tesla, Amazon? The woman literally printed money. She was, I've some of her testimonials of 800-900% type of trades, man. And those wild swings with Amazon, Tamara was shooting fish in a barrel. So why is it called a burner trade, Gavin? Because the P&L diagram, did I close the trade? The P&L diagram on a bullish one, it goes like this. So here's a little P&L diagram, with the X and Y axis. It goes like this. It looks like an F-18 at the end of the runway, man. It's flat, 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 and then in a bullish double vertical, folks, guess what? Your upside is unlimited. Let me just cover a bullish double vertical quickly, and we'll do it in depth when we're going to use it, which is not for the next 2 months. Guess what happens in a bullish double vertical? Okay. Let's say I think they're going to bail out the airlines next week. Well, here's the opposite of a bearish double vertical would be a bullish. What would I do? I would sell some puts here, buy some here, and that would be a bull put spread, which would be a credit spread. Then what would I do? I'd buy some upside calls. So the burner trade actually looks like that. The one we just did was bearish, which looked like what? The exact opposite direction, down to like 80 grand or whatever it was. Does that make sense? I call it a burner trade because it looks like the way I take off in the Hornet. Flat, 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 bang! That's why it's called a burner trade. That nobody else calls it that, we do. Kind of like nobody ever for the past 2 months had used the term dead bat bounce until I did at Top Gun Options. Nobody ever said that, and you heard it here first. I love making up stuff that people hear. Red, when do you take profit? I have no idea. You have to decide in your own SOP. My rule of thumb in a burner trade is if I make 100, hey folks, my rule of thumb with anything in trading is if I make 100% on my trade, I start looking to scale out or take some off the table. I know we're in some positions right now that are up like 2,000%. Guess what I say in our live trade briefs? I'm looking to scale out of these a little bit. I don't think this is going to be done by tomorrow, folks. If they don't get this done like by midnight tonight, this coronavirus relief bill, I think tomorrow's going to be, I think it's going to be, exactly, Gavin has it right. They're parabolic trades. If you've ever seen me do a low transition in the F-18, going down the runway, I get enough airspeed, I pull the gear up and the flaps up and I stay right there. It's called ground effect, that cushion of air. I accelerate to about 400 knots by the end of the runway, pull back straight on the stick, and I go straight into the sky. So, Joe, these trades use a ton of margin. I have no idea. Everybody in this room has different margin. There's 120 people in here. I guarantee you there's 120 people with different margin requirements. There are some people in this room that use portfolio margining. Do you know what that is? Nope, Google it. And if you are eligible for portfolio margining, give your broker a call and say, hey, I want portfolio margining. And it gives you a hell of a lot more whatever. Now, let me get back to this. I did bearish double vertical training tonight and burner trade training. And guess what? I would not use either of them right now. I have I think earlier in the week or last week, I did like an EWJ burn. The reason I'm saying not to do that right now is because we're in such a violent market to the downside. Just buy freaking puts. Idiot at Morgan Stanley. Put buying doesn't really work. Did he say that to our millionaires? Did he say it to my portfolios at TGO that are up like I didn't do the math. Into the close, it's got to be more. I think the 5 portfolios at Top Gun are probably close to $2 million year to date. Never seen anything like this. Gavin, let me ask you a question, Gavin. Why is divorce expensive? Why is divorce expensive? Somebody tell me. Because it's worth it. So when people say, Wiz, puts are expensive right now, folks, ladies and gentlemen, I predicted a Hurricane 5 approaching. I nailed it there, and I nailed it very close to there. I said there's a Hurricane 5 coming. I will never forget the day that I showed all of you the article that said what? Right there, ladies and gentlemen, it said, wow, volatility is really cheap. There's dudes actually shorting volatility right now. I said buy volatility with both hands, get in cash, and get in the S&P 500 puts now. Everybody who was here, give me a yes so people can believe me. I nailed it 2 days. I said 2 days, and 2 days later, look at this, man. 443%. I got a note from a hedge fund buddy. He's like, dude, I snuck into that one webinar. I bought the VIX. He made his bonus for the year, and I better get a nice case of Camus. Right there. Put this in your Wiz journal of when Wiz says something like this, do it. Whenever I brief you on an article from the Wall Street Journal that says, wow, it's incredibly quiet out here. Volatility's been so low for so long, people are shorting it. Buy it with both hands. 2 days later, the VIX was up in the 30s. Now we're up in the 75. Oh my God. That, and when I go skiing, I still might be going to Aspen, folks. I might go to Aspen to prove a point to all the jerks on Facebook who were like, you're just trying to pound this market. You're trying to create a panic. I'm like, who's panicking? I ain't panicking. Top Gun Options members aren't panicking. You're panicking because you suck. And your 401k is a 01k. I ain't panicking, friend. You are. Anyway, where's the VIX? 1 year, 2 year, 5 year. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 10 years. The last time the VIX was this high, I was in the Chicago Board of Trade and the Chicago Board Options Exchange. Wow. So, insane. Yeah, the last time the VIX was this high was in the financial crisis, 2008. So, yeah, I mean, if you're relatively new, folks, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek indicator, but it isn't anymore. It was a doc. One of my coaching guys, he's like, dude, are you going flying tomorrow? I was, whenever I try and go do something fun, I never usually take vacations. For the past 9 years when I went to Aspen, I still did the live trade briefs. Last year was like the first year. I'm like, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to enjoy a week off with my family. And if I go, it's not next week, it's 2 weeks. I'm not going to do, I did videos last year. I just shot a couple like 20, 30-minute videos each day. I'm not going to interrupt my family vacation for this shit show. I'm in Aspen, 21st to the 28th, it looks like. So the Wiz indicator, folks, is I go on the road, it turns into a shit show. Told my husband had to go to cash in his 401k 3 weeks ago, prevented him from losing over $200,000, man. Christine, God bless you, man. I am glad I could have been of help or did help. I told you, folks, the people that listen to me either got rich or didn't get poor. Christine, wow, that's great. Christine saved 200K. Wow. Fantastic, guys. All right, it's Taco Tuesday. Thomas, you're going to Oahu? Sweet, man. I don't think I have a FedEx buddy who did a Hawaii turn, and he's like, I don't think they even have one case out there. So I think you're. I have tried with my siblings, none have listed. Listen, John, man, that's what sucks, man. I really don't even. Um, I don't. I'm glad Facebook is like shadow banning me or whatever, because I don't like going on Facebook anymore because I feel like a jerk. It's not that I'm turning away helping people, but hey, man, my you guys come first. Not some dude from second grade who used to eat paste and sit in the corner and he wore mittens and had to use left-handed scissors. That's not going to be it. For trades, most training goes with a stop loss. You hung on when there were rallies and you turned out to nail it. Congrats. So no stops, just commit criteria. Ed, I don't. The only quote stops that I put in, and if I remember to do it, are on the E-Trade platform. I put in an alert for when my eject hits, and it doesn't fire the order. You know what it does? It's a low fuel light for me. So I get an alert that says, hey, that trade's at its eject point. And what do? I grab my leather trade journal. I go to that page that says whatever trade, and I say, why did I get into it? And if it's still the same, I stay in it or add to it. If it's not, I eject. Schools and services rapidly shutting across. Fears grow. Burden on hospitals. Folks, there's only 1,200 beds in New York City. 65% of them are full. So I remember the look on my biz partner's face the day I told her I went to cash. She thought I lost my mind. Yeesh. Oof. Red, if the Fed pumps money in, will the bottom be in? Red, you showed up late. What did we brief at the top of the hour? I told you to print this out, put it in bronze, and put it on your desk. The Fed jumped in to save capitalism today, and for 22 minutes, the market came off its lows, and then it closed on the lows of the day. Folks, you got to show up early. You got to listen. I'm not going to repeat stuff I said at the beginning of this brief. All right. Any questions? I'm not going to cover bullish double verticals. There's nothing to be bullish on right now. The only thing to be bullish on, volatility, maybe the TLT, maybe gold, and Gilead Moderna. That's it. Everything else is in for a world of hurt. A world of hurt. Kevin, on our afterburner trading thread today, 6 people, I'm like, you know what? If you can sell into this pop and then hammer it into the dirt. Katrina is on this thread now. She had joined, literally, I added her when I was eating a bacon cheeseburger. She joined the thread right at that time. I didn't get filled on any of those. I don't think Tavo or Doc did either, or Seth, as we all tried to get out, like, hey, let's take profit on these bearish trades. Let's sell into this and then pound it into the dirt. It just didn't. That was the Fed relief rally, folks. It lasted 22 minutes, I think it was. So, okay. What else is going on here? Zoom's making a lot of money. I don't know what Zoom is. Kevin, you got to sell into that? Great. I didn't. I mean, that's awesome. Okay. Any other questions, concerns? It's Taco Tuesday. I smell tacos out there and I'm starving. It's been a very long day for me. I've been up since 5 a.m., folks, talking around the world, talking to folks. Last chance for people. If you want the afterburner trading, you got to shoot me an email and I'll add you to this elite group. We're actually having a blast on that thread, guys. That's why I dropped the toner, man. I'm not going to transmit only, no receive. I can't just do that. Seth's like quadrupled his portfolio. What you 300 to 480 or something? Seth's having a great time. I didn't send out any text messages today. I only sent out an email. I'm not duplicating work here, guys. The emails are more consistent than the text alerts. Holy shit, Seth. Holy crap. Everybody go back to Seth. You started the other day with like 300 grand. What did you just write? Oh my God, man. God bless you. So Seth's a millionaire. He went for 300 grand. I'm pretty sure Seth paid for his coaching and everything. God bless you, dude. Seth sent a thank you earlier. He's like, dude, my family, I'm like, yeah, that's a nice text. Holy shit. Now I know you weren't lying. 300. What was the time frame on that, Seth? It's been a couple days, right? Holy shit. 300 to 1.1. There's another Top Gun Options millionaire. And what? And was at 1.15 the other day. Oh my God. You guys. Wow. Scott, do I post this training anywhere? Folks, do I post the Full Throttle training anywhere? 2 TGO new millionaires. Guys, where do we post the Full Throttle training? You ready for this craziness? On the Full Throttle training page, where all the other trainings are that I've told you to go watch. Select group of people, clearly. We had a blast today. I am interacting with people. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Made over 18 grand in puts in 42 minutes. It's $799.95 for 6 months. I already put in my calendar when this is going to end. Why did I pick 6 months? Because I think it's going to end. I think we're going to blow up and all be rich. I'll probably keep it. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Anything like this. But folks, making over $18,000 today on the puts that I sent out. This probably will go up in price. So if you got your nose out of joint at this point, I really don't care. You pay for performance on Wall Street, and we're literally making millionaires here. All right, guys. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the ways, David, my God, man, I just answered that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go eat tacos. No hockey. No hockey. You know what I have the family doing? They're actually watching Westworld. They're catching up on Westworld. Man, I watch Westworld and, fantastic series. It's coming out Sunday night, season 4, so they're going to catch up to it because hockey's gone. Yeah, Kevin, man, you're up in our 51st state. 2 accounts started a total of 90,000, home to a $500,000. Holy shit, Christine! And you got your husband in the cash, and you saved 200 grand. Holy crap! Was that 492K? Holy shit, man! Whew. All right, let me just, what else we got in here? A couple more questions. We are locked, loaded. Did ADPM, I don't know what that name is. Did we miss a chance? I don't know what that means. Miss a chance at what? Hurry up and ask me because I don't know what that means. Did you miss a chance? I don't know. Ready Room is active. People are in there coming back and forth and commenting. Get in here in the Ready Room and post stuff. I love all this stuff. People are in here fed, talking about Mountain, all sorts of stuff. Futures limit down, exit strategy question, got out of my SPX puts. Get in here, guys. I'm going to say this is the poor man's Wiz's phone. I'm in here maybe once or twice a day. This is bottom priority for me. Not going to pay Spirit fares and get British Airways first class service, guys. So I don't know what ADPM was asking me. You haven't missed a chance. Be present. Everything's fantastic. We're having a great time here at Top Gun Options. Again, it's sad that I got people from second grade asking for me to help them out with stuff. The answer is no. You know what I do? I send them all the link to the brief tomorrow. Guy's like, I open up an account. Now tell me what to do. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. Here's a link, /brief. Invite family, friends, get them here. Show them how smart you are. So do that. And then let's see how many people are registered, man. Go to webinar. Oh, I'm sure they call. If Disney closes in California, what, Knott's Berry Farm going to stay open? Folks, it's a germ factory. Holy shit. There's 705 people registered for the emergency bear market brief tomorrow. Red, I covered it. You can watch the replay. Any other questions? Susie's email address is susie@topgunoptions.com. Folks, listen to me. JW, of course, it's open to the public. Yeah, absolutely. You can come to the brief. What was I going to say? Oh, listen to me, folks. Get in here and watch the other full throttle trainings, folks. Go watch the one that I did back in October. Go watch the one that I did the quarter before that, folks. If you paid for the access to all of this, go in here and watch the last time I did long calls and diagonals and stuff like that. The tactics haven't changed, folks. What's going on in the world at that time has changed. But go watch tonight while you're waiting for this one to post, the current one. Go watch the previous one from October. I guarantee you you'll learn different things. You have got to live in this full throttle training, folks. Tamara, Jeff, all these folks that have been here a couple years, they ain't paid representatives, man. They're clearly paying for themselves. They tell you every time I attend one of these, I learn something different. That tells me if I was in flight school right now, I would be living in these replays. And I can tell by some of the questions people ain't. And that's why I ignore some of them. So, all right, guys, I got to go. Have a great rest of your night. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. And I'll see if you want to come to it at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Come. Folks, listen to me. I'm not going to be covering any member trades. I'm going to be showing current portfolios and stuff like that. Do not jump in and cloud my chat box or I'm going to throw you out. Like, Wiz, what am I going to do with this trade today? I'm going to delete you and throw you out of the room. So, yes, members can come tomorrow. Do not ask me. Don't crowd my chat box with stuff, folks, or you're going to go. Good night. God bless. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow, and I'll see the afterburner traders on text, maybe even tonight. We'll see how Asia opens. I'm going to go eat tacos.